damn
Oh
it.
my god. Welcome into Jersey Chasers, guys. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Christy, how has your weekend been?
Oh, man. It was kinda, like, crazy, I guess, like, I don't know, it was kinda weird not having an actual football game to watch and cheer for, um, college or pro-wise. So, yeah, I actually went to the craft fair with my kid. So, got out
Oh,
and,
that's awesome.
yeah, did stuff. How about you? How was your weekend?
As you can hear in my tone and my nose, I spent the entire weekend at home because I've been sick. Literally could not get out of bed on Friday.
Oh.
Saturday kind of got better. Sunday got a little bit better. Monday I was okay. I went to work yesterday. I went to work today, so I'm a little bit better. But it is snowing crazy here, like
I heard
nuts
the streets
here.
are gonna be, like, super bad, like, they've got, like, lake effect snow. It's affecting
Hmm.
so many counties up there, so if you guys are out driving around this evening or if you have to go out tomorrow, please, please, please be safe. Please don't go anywhere
Yes,
unless you absolutely have to.
please. It took me like 10 minutes longer to get home than normal. So please, please, please be safe. If you do not have to go outside, do not go outside. But Christy, we got an action-packed show today. Now, as you could tell, guys, our connection this week is a little bit better. We're doing
Oh,
a little
hopefully it
bit
holds.
better.
Mm.
Yes. So we won't be talking on top of each other like last week.
Right?
Knock on wood. That was a rough show. But Christy, I'm gonna tell you the theme. I've been hiding the theme of today's episode for you, and I think that with the playoffs,
Mhm.
this is like the perfect theme of this episode. Um, and that is cursed teams. We're gonna go through some cursed teams because there
All
has
right.
been a lot of stuff happening this week. We're gonna go over it later on in the show, but I want to start off with a segment. I'm calling fan bases in their villain era. Who is in their villain era? Give me a fan base right now that's in their villain era.
I would say probably just because they're so upset and frustrated. Pittsburgh, they had a funeral for their offense before the season like practically even started. I think it was like their first or second home game. And now that they are out of the playoffs and Mike Tomlin is gone and Aaron Rodgers, who knows what's going to happen with him. And I don't think the fan base wants them anyway. I mean, like, they're being hateful, they're angry. And it's like, come on, y'all. We're used to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a Pennsylvania team. The Eagles.
Oh, the other
Rough,
one. The other one.
rough,
Yeah,
rough
they're all
game for
crying too.
them. Yeah, I've never seen first of all, the fact that they know their offensive coordinator by name and every single week. It's not Nick Sirianni, it's not the offense, it's Kevin Patullo that they hated. Every single week, I would like sit there and just watch videos of these Eagles fans and be like, Kevin Patullo is the bane of my existence. I hate them with everything inside of me. Like, he genuinely, I think, especially after what happened to them, we'll get into what happened to them a little bit later on the show. But you're going Steelers, I'm going Eagles.
Yeah. PA
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, they're not having a good week this week, especially at the playoffs. But let's move on. Next segment. I just this game is so much fun because we don't need to name us. We don't need to name us. We'll get to us.
All right.
But what is a team that you think today that solely exists to test loyalty
Oh. Um, Lions and
to the
Dolphins.
Lions?
The
Okay.
Lions and the Dolphins. If I can't say us, because I mean, obviously, you know, but yeah, besides us, the Lions and the Dolphins, I think.
I honestly would have said that too, but I'm gonna go the entire NFC East.
They all suck.
The entire NFC East. They No, well, first of all, the entire NFC East is no longer in the playoffs, people. There is not a NFC East team in the playoffs. Just like there is no NFC North teams, there's not an NFC East team in the playoffs at this moment. When I say, whew, like we give the Browns a lot of crap. We do. We give them a lot of crap. But if I was a Dallas Cowboys fan and every single year I was told, this is my year, we're going to win. Look at our offensive line. We have the greatest offensive line of all time. We have the greatest quarterback. We have Jerry World. We have all of this stuff. And I can't even make it out of the divisional round. One year, my quarterback forgets how much time is on the clock. Another year, the same quarterback tries to throw it and lateral it, and there's no like what are we doing? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
they are sad.
Like the Cowboys alone, and then the Eagles, of course, we just mentioned. The
Mhm.
Giants, whoo, whoo. Like for the
Did you
last
see
time, I'm
my
gonna say
prediction
like,
about what's gonna happen with the Giants?
no, I didn't see, I didn't see yet. But and then of course you have the Commanders. If I'm an NFC East football team, that these people would test my patience like every single day. Every
I
single
think the
day.
Giants actually have a lot to look forward to next season. My prediction for them, because of course, Cam Scadaboo is going to be back, and Dart's going to be ready to go. They're going to build up their offensive line to protect them a little bit more, maybe get them a wide receiver just like we need. But I said, watch them end up with Stefanski and go to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did see you say that. I did see you say that. Yeah, I did
Because
see you
I
say that.
want Dart and I wanted Scatterville, and yeah, watch it. Like if he ends up being their coach, I don't know. I might lose my ever loving mind before the season even starts.
Yeah, no. I yeah, no. Let's get into let's get into some NFL news.
Yes.
So to start, Mike Tomlin, after 19 seasons, has stepped down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. This comes off the heels of a 30-6 loss to the Texans. Christy, what was your thoughts when you saw it?
Saw that Mike Tomlin was stepping down, or the fact
Yep.
that the Steelers lost to the Texans?
Well, we
Because
kind of
seeing
predicted that they were
CJ
going to lose.
Stroud, seeing CJ Stroud win with Nick Chubb made my heart feel good. Um, Seeing that Mike Tomlin stepped down, well, I even said he wanted to get away from the Steelers. He can't get away from them quick enough after that game. Um, he and Aaron Rodgers, they weren't meshing all season. I don't know who was supposed to be in charge of those two, but it didn't surprise me very much. I think what's surprising is the fact that the Cincinnati Bengals head coach Zach Thomas is the only head coach left in the AFC North.
How like
I
we'll
know
get
what
to
it
him.
is. I know
We'll get
why.
to him.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll get to him. We had another firing actually after we did the show last week, and that was Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins. He was fired 3 days after he did a press conference in which he said, I am prepared to be here. I'm going to be a part of the meetings. I'm going to be a part of all these different things. And then, according to sources, Stephen Ross came into his office while he was doing the exit interviews with the players. And then, after he was uh, doing that, he said, hey, come see me. And Mike McDaniels thought it was kind of weird. He was like, okay. In the middle of exit interviews. Like, so he's talking to players, talking about the next season, what's going on, and what's the plan. And then apparently they sit Mike McDaniels down and say, hey, we're going to let you go, which is not
Hmm.
surprising that the Dolphins would do that. But then some other sources may have revealed that This was a plan because whoever they bring in as the GM, because as you know, their GM, Chris Greer, stepped
Mhm.
down with quotation marks. He stepped down. I don't think that happened. I think he was fired because he's terrible at his job as well. Um, and some people think that the GMs that they were interviewing were like, "Hey, what would you do at the head coaching position? Would you keep him or would you let him go?" And it
And
sounds
everybody
like
said, "Bye-bye."
every single person said, "You need to let him go." So, what are your thoughts on Mike
I
McDaniel being fired?
I have no idea where he's gonna go with his style. Like, he does not fit in to any other city in the NFL, I don't think. Um, I just that poor guy. I don't think he's cut out to be a head coach. And, maybe he got thrown into it a little too fast. I think he needs to go back to, be maybe an OC for a little bit and get reacquainted with that position before he tries to be a head coach again.
The Browns interviewed him this week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
they
Well, we
interviewed him
have
this
to.
week.
So because of the Rooney Law or the Rooney
Oh yeah,
Rule.
because we're in a rule. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
If you guys
So
don't
we
know, Mike McDaniels is half black. Yeah, yeah, he's half
so
black.
yep, he's the one he counts as one for the Rooney Rule. So you the Rooney Rule states that you have to interview 2 coaches of minority minimum,
Yes.
which I think it's weird that you have to interview at least 2 of them. Like, you could interview 10 head coaches, but it's gotta be just 2 minority. Anyway. Oh, what, TP? What do I need to stop about?
All
With
right.
the delay,
All
I have
right.
no idea what he's talking about, but anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, it's just been a crazy. So instead of now just 5 openings, there's now like 8 openings. Because there's been so much up and down with everything going on. So I don't even have a prediction on where people are gonna go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody
Yeah,
said we need a new front office. Hey,
a front office.
uh, I don't know.
Well, and I know Harbaugh is saying his demands are, 1, he wants to leave at least bring in his own GM.
Hmm.
Um, so in order for us to make that happen, we would have to move AB, which people have been talking, saying AB might move into Paul DePotesta's old position. So I don't know. I do hope that we have AB still going into the season, and I don't think we're gonna get Harbaugh, which is fine with me. I don't want any of the Harbaughs.
Yeah, yeah. Neither do I. That stadium is not for the Browns, people. I'm gonna let you know right now. That stadium is for concerts year round. That's what it is. It's for
Yeah,
concerts, it's the
yeah,
ability
pretty much.
to to get the World Cup, to get any to eventually get the Super Bowl to come here. That is what that is. That's not for the Browns. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I think they
That's what it
figured
is.
out after the draft was such a disaster.
I
Like,
think
they
they
were like,
also
"We
figured
can't
out.
hold events here," like
Yeah, it's not even the draft just being a disaster. They also figured it out because the Super Bowl could be held in cold winter cities. Like, of course, you have Minnesota and Detroit, but hey, that stadium is not for the
TP is
Browns
for
to
me
be.
because I really hate the cold more than you.
But
That's their way
let's
to get
get.
me up there to games during cold weather.
Hey, that'll get everybody up to a game. But let's move
Mhm.
on to the playoffs. Here is now the updated playoff picture as of Sunday. So the 49ers and the Seahawks will be facing off in game, a divisional rival game. The
Niners,
Rams and the Bears facing off. The Bears
Rams.
coming from behind in an improbable win against the
That
Packers.
was crazy.
The Bills will be facing the Broncos. Josh
That's gonna be a good game.
Allen needs to prove that he can get to a championship game, and then the Texans and the Patriots. So,
That's gonna be a fun
Christy,
too. Yeah,
out of all these games, let's go back to the first round. Let's go back to wild card round. What was the game this weekend that had you like on the edge of your seat and was like, "Oh, I'm here for it."
definitely the Bears Packers game. Like I thought for sure the Packers were gonna, walk away with that. And next thing you know, no, here come the Bears. Bears are coming back. I don't think they're gonna be able to hold on to that energy going into this week, but I'd rather them win over the Chargers. I'd like to see them win over the Chargers, but I just don't think the Bears have it this week. But that was definitely the game that shocked me the most last week.
Honestly, the game that shocked me the most last week, probably was Niners Eagles because again, the Eagles had it right there. They were
Yeah.
right there, and once again, Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo oh, just messing it up for
Yeah.
everybody. So, oh, I'm gonna tell you what the least surprising game for me was. Texans Steelers. We said this earlier in the show. Everybody expected the Steelers to lose. Aaron Rodgers just a mess per usual. A
Yeah.
mess.
Although I do love
A
the AI
mess.
video, of him supposedly punching CJ Stroud and then, punching D'Amico Ryan and then doing a roundhouse kick to, I think, the offensive coordinator's face. I don't know. It was a silly AI and it was hilarious. And I was like, there's no way Aaron Rodgers could ever get his leg up that high. And I also don't think that D'Amico Ryan would let him punch him.
No, no, no.
Dominic was like, Aaron Rodgers punched too? I'm like, honey, it's fake. It's AI.
Yeah, very crazy. But yeah, no, we like pretty much almost all of our predictions came right.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think we really got anything wrong except for maybe the Niners Eagles game, but I'm pretty sure everything else we got
I think I
correctly.
actually called the Niners on that one. I'll have to go back and watch, but I think I did call the Niners. But um I think that they'll make it past the Seahawks. I'm
Okay.
hoping the Bears beat the Rams.
Okay.
I think the Bills will beat the Broncos.
Mhm.
And keeping my fingers crossed. I think that the Texans and the Patriots game is going to be the best game out of all four of them because of the fact that they got the young quarterbacks. So, and in a way, I kind of want the Patriots to win because of Mike Vrabel, but in another way, I want the Texans to win because of CJ Stroud and Nick Chubb. So I think I'm going to have to pull for the Texans in that one.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go as much as I doubt the Niners, but I think I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna
Seahawks.
go Rams
Mm,
only because Matthew Stafford has probably been playing his best season of his career,
yeah, he has.
and he can easily get past the Bears. I'm definitely going Bills over Broncos. Only because, again, the Bills have been there before and the Broncos haven't. And I'm going to go Patriots over Texans because storyline wise, I think the Bills, if they can win and they can get to the championship round and beat the Patriots, that'd be a great story of like the dynasty built itself back up, but now we're going to slay the dragon instead
Yeah.
of them getting back to the Super Bowl. And then of course, and then I think honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we shall see
Oh, I do have to go
what
back,
gonna
and
happen.
I screwed up. I said the Chargers play the Bears. No, my bad. No, it's Rams. The Rams are playing the Bears. Freudian slip, my bad. So I just want to clear that up real quick. But yeah. Aaron said he's going with the Broncos as a Super Bowl pick. Ew. Sorry, I got
Ready?
this thing against the Broncos still.
We got Cyber Johnny T said Rams versus Bills for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, I can see that. But let's get into some more sports news. Anthony Davis is out once
Uh,
again. Injury prone. He's out once again
it's
with
me.
hand surgery. Trey Young was traded to the Wizards. Like I said, the Wizards for CJ McCollum and another player. I don't understand what the hell happened there, but okay. Nolan Arenado, a 10-time Gold Glove winner, was traded from St. Louis to the Diamondbacks. And then the Buffalo Bills were picked to host the NFL draft this season. So just a whole plethora of stuff. Oh, and of course, the
Wait,
Winter Olympics.
wait,
Wait, no,
wait,
no,
wait.
no. Buffalo not this year.
The
Next
Buffalo
year.
Bills aren't holding the draft this No,
No,
next year. I was gonna say it's in
next year.
Pittsburgh this
I'm
year.
sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, people.
Next okay.
Next
I was
year.
like,
Next
"What are
year.
you
They announced
talking
it
about
for
when?"
next year.
You
No,
got
no,
me
no. They announced it for
confused.
next year. Next year. I promise. I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry, people.
Proceed,
Next
sorry.
year. And then, of course, we got the Winter
No,
Olympics.
I
We
can't
got
see, I will catch you when you screw up like that.
yes, yes. I'm glad you please thank you. Catch it, catch it. But no, we got the Winter Olympics coming up.
Don't go any further.
The figure skating team was
I love the
set.
one.
We got Alyssa Liu and Amber Glenn. They are the leading candidates for excuse me. They are the Team USA leaders on the women's side. Alyssa Liu is the defending world champion. Amber Glenn, defending national champion. They went 1-2. It's gonna be a great Olympics. We'll get more into the Olympics when we get close. It's a few weeks out. We'll get more into the hot mess that is the
I love
hockey part of it. But I wanna play a little game with Christy. And since
Oh, goody, I like games.
we're moving towards the end of the NFL season, and it's been a long season, and we're in that sweet spot of sports right now where a whole lot of stuff is happening, but not a lot of stuff is happening. Like football is about to be off in a couple weeks, about to have the Olympics. Basketball is going to go on hiatus for a bit. Hockey is about to go on hiatus for the Olympics as well. So we're about to have a little bit of a lull. So I'm going to play a little game. I want to give you some
Okay.
time. I want to give you 30 seconds. A why do I root for this team therapy session? Okay.
Oh
30
god.
seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
30 seconds of why do you root for this team? I'm gonna put a timer on.
Okay, and
30
which team is it?
seconds.
Any team that I pick? Or
Any
is
team
it,
that
of
you
course,
pick.
the Browns?
Any team that you pick.
Okay.
Give me 30 seconds on
Okay.
why you root for the team. Okay?
Alright.
All right.
Tell me when to go.
Okay. Start.
Okay. I root for the Cleveland Browns because number one, it's embedded in my DNA. I moved 1,300 miles away from them when I was 13 years old. That was 35 years ago. And I still cannot get them out of my soul. When they left in 96, I tried rooting for another team down here. It didn't work. I can't do it. I can't stand it. They like literally, I have given practically my life to them. They were even in my wedding vows to my husband, um, which he wants to get remarried again to redo the vows so that he doesn't have to abide by those anymore, which I can't really blame him. But yeah, like, and I just know that when we finally do make it, it's going to make things that much sweeter. That's why I root for the Browns.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. I'm gonna go.
You're going to go? Okay. I'll time
I'm
you
gonna
this time.
go. Yeah,
All right,
time
you
in.
ready? All
I'm
right,
ready.
set, go.
Unfortunately, my favorite team is the Cleveland Guardians. I root for them because when I was about 6 years old, that was the only team whose players I could remember. The Browns really didn't exist like that. They had just come back, and nobody was really talking about them like that in Cleveland. LeBron hadn't come to Cleveland yet, and the Cavs were kind of like, eh. Like, we had Sean Kemp, and was like, eh. So I attached myself to the Guardians for a bit, went away, and then I was 13. I came back, and I've been on this ship ever since, and I hate it. I hate every moment of it because I love them so much, and they will rip my heart out, stomp on it, put it back in my chest, and say, "Root for us." Go a little crazy, go a little nuts, and I love them,
Yep.
but I hate them so much.
I
I
think that's
do.
every Cleveland team. You went
I
way
love
over your
them.
time limit, by the way.
Oh, I know, I know. I fully went over 30 seconds. But no, I fully hate them so
But
much.
I think that's just how it is with every Cleveland team, though, because I mean, the Cavs have done it to us,
I hate them too.
you know?
I hate them so much, but I love them
Yeah,
so much because I can't even see myself
same.
being like, I'm gonna root for someone else. I can't. I can't do it. It's just in my bones.
No,
Like my skin. Like it physically makes like my
like I
family
said,
hates me.
I moved 1,300 miles away.
Yeah,
Y
like it's in
You
my
can't
body.
get away from it. It's in your soul, and it's not a bad thing because, like I said, when it finally does happen for the Browns, I mean, like, the Cavs, yes, it was amazing. It was an amazing world championship that they won, and I got goosebumps talking about it right now, and I
It's the
wanted to be
greatest day
there
of my
and
life.
celebrate. Yeah, and when the Browns do it, it's gonna be 1,000 times bigger, and it's gonna be 1,000 times more amazing, and I hope I'm alive for that day.
I just every day I wake up to myself and I say, you know what? Can they Can they ruin my life? Can they ruin my life? And I say, you know what? No, they're not gonna ruin my life today. A Cleveland team will not take over my life and ruin it. Usually they do something stupid and they do ruin it, but I root for them because I love them. I truly do love them. I like some of my best memories like in life are associated with that team. Like I love them, but also I hate them so much.
Look
I
at
love them so much, but I hate them so much.
I have an orange room in my house. This isn't a studio, people. This is my house. Like, and I am very fortunate that my husband lets me be as crazy as I am and as psychotic as I am about the Browns because I mean, like, who lets their wives do this?
Yeah, it's just nuts.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
let's move on from this existential crisis to some pop culture news, people.
yes, yes, yes.
Let's move on to some pop culture news. Now, we got a whole bunch of stuff that came back. We got some stuff that's in finales. Let me explain it. So, Traders released the first 3 episodes. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City released their reunion episodes. The Valley Shaw's Edition released their first episode. We had the Golden Globes this week. Tell Me Lies, a show about a psychopath, came back last night with their first 3 episodes. Chrissy, I will tell you about Tell Me Lies. That show is nuts. So much stuff has happened, but let's start off with a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. We got a reunion,
Yes.
people.
We got the first part of the reunion. Just the first part.
I you want to start because I got some words. You can start. You can start.
Okay, so I really feel like Lisa is never going to admit to anything. You and I were discussing this right before we came on because Lisa just constantly is attacking everybody else, and the gloves are off with her, it seems. She doesn't seem to follow by any of the quote unquote rules that she wants to make with the other ladies about how, they're not supposed to talk about her family. And she has constantly done this to Bronwyn and to Angie and Mary. And I did watch the Mary cult thing that is on TLC. And let me tell you, we need to go to that. But and Lisa's mouth really just disturbs me. I don't know what's wrong with it. It looks weird to me.
I just let me okay. So let me just start off with saying this season has been so good. It's been so good, but I'm also like so bored. I'm so bored by them right now because they're not giving me what they usually give me. Like they usually give me some craziness. Now we got some Angie K craziness towards the end of the episode. She brought out a
Right.
squirrel. But I'm sick of Heather and Meredith going back and forth. I'm sick of Meredith and Whitney going back and forth. Lisa is not accountable for anything she says or does. When Mary was calling her out and saying, "Lisa, you are delusional. Like you literally sat there and said that you don't live the same life that the rest of us do, and we live almost all the same life. Like you guys are
Yeah.
on reality TV."
Oh, but she's New
I was
York. She's not Salt Lake City.
okay.
She's
Like you can join
I
Meredith.
know,
Meredith don't live in Salt Lake City. She live in New York. She just
right?
come to Salt Lake to film the show. Like join Meredith. I just felt like watching it. I was just like, where this is like the fourth
We're
season
gearing up
that
to
we've
it.
that we're having this conversation with Lisa, that Lisa cannot take accountability for her actions, that she does and says things during the season. Then when they come to the reunion, she pretends like she does not know what's happening. Why is this always the case with her? Every single time. Like this is like the fourth reunion that she's like that we've gone to that she's done this. And
I
it's
love that they keep bringing up our cankles too.
like I genuinely am just like so baffled. And then the whole argument that her and Heather had about, well what do you do? Well what do you do? Well what's going like
Right.
it's just I thought it was stupid. Like clearly
It was
Vita is not a real business. Like it's not making any money and nobody's ever tasted it. Like we know. I don't need to know that. I want to get to the nitty-gritty. Y'all even talk about this damn plane situation. Show me the footage. I know
Yeah, where's
somebody
the
got
news
the
from that?
footage.
Yep, because
I
they were
know
able to
somebody got
show
the
us
footage.
they showed us unseen footage from the ship, twice when they
Yeah.
were yeah, so they've got the footage somewhere or
Like
recording.
like like when I truly say like, I was bored up until her and Bronwyn got to that argument where Bronwyn is like, "Hey, you keep talking about my husband, you keep talking about my kid,
Mhm.
keep talking about my life. We had a truce where we said we weren't gonna do that, and instead you keep going." And she's like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Lisa, yes, you did." Then they
Yeah,
brought
here's
up
the video.
like the video of her at BravoCon, the comments she be making on TikTok. She be at everybody TikTok. Like when I say she searches her name in TikTok, she searches Lisa Barlow and she's gonna be under them comments.
Ooh, let's do that. Let's mention her.
Oh, I want her to see this because she lives like she lives in Delululand. Like and then when Bronwyn is like, she was like, and we were on the boat and we were talking, and you made it seem like on the boat, like I'm telling you all these different things because you're also saying my husband's fat, you saying his penis is small, you're saying this, that, and the other, and then turn around on the boat, we're having heart to hearts, I too would be Bronwyn of like, keep my
Yeah,
name and keep my husband's name out your mouth. Whether we know that her and Todd are separated at this point, we don't know. At this point in the reunion, we don't know this.
right.
So it's just like I'm ready for this to be like, okay, get me to the actual nitty gritty of what's going on.
I have a feeling that a lot of what Lisa did has led up to Bronwyn and Todd getting split up because he didn't like her hanging out with all the girls anyway. And like, he didn't understand why she wanted to continue hanging out with all of them. And it's really not all the girls,
No, it's
it's
Lisa.
Lisa.
It's literally Lisa.
So
Like everybody else
I
is
think that
cool.
she had a
Everybody
lot
else
to do
is
with that
chill.
breakup.
Oh yeah, I think, and then of course we saw during the Greek tragedy where Bronwyn mentions that a lot of people have not shown her loyalty in her life. So she when she admitted that on camera, I kind of knew, I kind of figured. I was like, "Oh, we're setting up to the reasons why they're separated." I don't think the show is the reason why they're separated. I think it's stuff outside of the show that the show probably
Mm,
heightens is why they're in the
yeah.
predicament that they are. Again, they never said they're getting divorced. They just said they're separated. So, we'll
Right.
find more out. Do you have any more thoughts about the reunion?
I can't wait for next week. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm just, I'm looking forward to next week. I'm hoping it does ramp up a little bit. As you can see, it's boring me.
All right, let's get into another recap. We got the Valley Shaw's edition. The people from Shaw's of
Oh, goodness.
Sunset, which was a hot mess of a show. We got three characters from the show back. We got MJ, Reza, and Gigi all back on our screens, and they have now moved from Beverly Hills, from where they were at, to the Valley. We already, I told you this. The Valley is such a like. If you have a bad marriage, do not go on this show. If you think that you're gonna get
Yeah.
divorced, don't go on the show. So, I mean, we already got a couple like that's kind of like the Michelle and Jesse. They're
Yep.
talking in the trailer about like how they don't like each other, how he doesn't support her, how he doesn't like really like her. We also got MJ and Tommy not getting along,
They're on the
not
rock.
really, yeah. And we know now that they're actually getting a divorce. So, what did you think of it?
Um, I really thought that I was, of course, watching like the Valley, with the other characters from the Valley. It's just their Persian now. And, same storylines, just about, everybody's moved to the Valley now and everybody's got kids and they're all having pool parties. And yeah, I felt like it was pretty much the same. I'm glad to see that Reza and Adam are still together.
Yeah, they've been
Um,
together for a
y-
long time now.
yeah, 10 years. The other Reza is going to be interesting to watch. Um, he reminds me of like drunk James Kennedy.
Okay.
Like when
Uh,
James Kennedy
bad or
was drinking
good?
and teaching, and he was, like, going around and trying to hook up with all the chicks and stuff.
Is it Pumptini James Kennedy? Because Pumptini James Kennedy is hilarious.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Where he yells at Jax. He goes, he goes, Jax, you need to make more drinks. You need to make a Pumptini. That is the only time I will ever
A
give James Kennedy his
pumpkin!
due. A
Yeah.
Pumptini. That is one of the most hilarious scenes in that show because James
Oh,
is
no, no,
dead
no, no, 'cause
serious.
he also had the, "It's not about the pasta, la la."
So yeah, I again, I think so. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have, of course, the Valley. But I think this is going to lead into the new season of The Valley. Of course, They have been they've been shooting all summer. They're finished with shooting. We know one Sheena Shea will not be joining them. Thank God. But we know Lala and Shorts are joining the cast. So I'm actually really intrigued. I genuinely I don't really care for Golnessa. I didn't really care for her towards the end of her Shaw's run. I don't really care for her storylines. They all kind of seem manufactured. She just kind of
She's
seems
from
manufactured. But I am kind of excited to
okay.
see what this cast got going on.
I am excited
She's
also about the regular Valley coming back because I honestly, truly do miss the original Vanderpump gang. Um, I love Schwartz. I'm glad that he's going to be in it. Lala isn't one of the OG Vanderpumps, but she kind of became one. And I really do like the type of person that she's become now. I didn't like her when she was, talking about doing blowies for Range Rovers and stuff. But
I mean, that's how she got a baby.
right?
She
The
got a
first one.
baby. Yeah.
But like I'm excited to see how Kristen is gonna be a mom. Crazy Kristen. I mean, she's always fun to watch.
Yeah,
And
Crazy
of course,
Kristen is
Danny and what's her
like,
name? They got 4 under 4 now.
yep.
They're
And they moved to
nuts.
Santa Clarita.
Yep. She swore she was never gonna do. He talked her into it. So yeah, I mean, that one is definitely I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited about that. We talked about Love is Blind coming up in February. I'm actually currently watching Love is Blind Germany season 2. Um,
Okay.
the weddings come out tomorrow. So I'm totally hooked on all these. And the couples that are like staying together are like driving me nuts, just like it does on the American ones.
Yeah.
It's like
I think
they can't get it right in any language.
no, men is men. Let's move on to again. I mentioned there's so much that happened this week. There's so much that came back. The Traitors. So this is my
Oh yeah.
first season watching The Traitors. I've watched clips of
What?
The Traitors. It's my first, yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't like things when they're popular. I actually like things like I like it to die down. But I wanted to see this season
Wait,
specifically to see Eric Nom. So if you don't know who Eric Nom is, he is a K-pop idol who is American. He's from America, born and raised in Atlanta. When he was like 17, 18, he went to Korea. He became a K-pop idol. He's like really famous in Korea because he went on this show called Let's Get Married, where they pair up K-pop idols and they're married for like months, and so they act like a real married couple and everything. And he essentially was so nice and so like welcoming on that show that Korea fell in love with him, and they call him the nation's boyfriend. And so he has like
oh,
a show, like he'll have like K-pop idols on his show, he'll talk to them. And so I just want to see the crossover between him and a housewife, and that's just going to make my day. It's just going to make my day.
which housewife do you think he's gonna team up with? Because I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So first of all, let's talk about the two most obvious traitors in history. Lisa Rinna and Candace Diller Bassett.
No,
Lisa Rinna,
no. See,
obviously.
you didn't watch the previous season, so you can't say they're the most obvious traitors
No, I know
because
the premise of
Boston
it. It's
Rob, Boston Rob was on the Traitors,
that man was a
and he was a
traitor.
traitor.
That
Yes, he
man was
was.
any reality. Look, I'm gonna say this.
Johnny Bananas was another traitor from season 1,
Look at me. Look at
and
me. Johnny Bananas is one of the most villainous people, and I met him. I met Johnny Bananas
you
before.
need to
He is one
watch.
of the.
You need to go back and watch those. I went back and I watched all of the Salt Lake City Housewives. Okay, you need to do me this
I
favor.
know. I
We
do.
don't have
I
heaters
know.
on the room right now. You need to go back and you need to watch them because I'll tell you what, I when I oh, I was so excited to see Rob from Love Island
The
season
most
6
obvious
on
traitor.
there.
Most obvious traitor. I'm
Oh, it was
sorry.
so glad. No, no, no,
But
he's
let's
playing it so cool, and none of them know who he is.
because they don't watch Love Island. So, first of
And you know
all first of all,
Go ahead,
if I
sorry.
was at that round table and you said who is the traitor, number 1, I would have wrote Lisa Rinna on that damn thing. Lisa Rinna
See, I
is
would've
like,
put Michael Rappaport.
oh my god. So there's a clip going around of Portia. She was interviewed and she was talking about that round table. She was like, nobody knows. She was like, that went on for so long. She was like, like when I say she was like anything and everything you could think of, he was saying and doing.
Mhm.
He was saying, oh my God, I could be a housewife. I love the housewives. I'm always down. And then she was like, he would be saying something else crazy off the wall. She was like, it went on for so long.
Well, he just goes on for so long.
I hate, I don't, I think hate is just stronger. I do not care for him. I don't really
Oh,
care
I
for him
think he's
as a person.
hilarious. I think it let me rephrase that. I think he can be hilarious at times.
I think if you rage bait him, it's hilarious. I think rage baiting him is actually funny. But no, we got a reveal that Robert Rausch from Love Island
Yeah,
is a traitor. Lisa Rinna and Candace are all traitors. Who do you
and
think is
there's a
going to be the
secret
next
traitor.
traitor reveal?
Well, there was a secret traitor,
Yes, there is a secret traitor.
and I was very upset about them having a secret traitor at first. And then they revealed who it
Why?
was, and I was like, "Well, that's disappointing," because they've never done a secret traitor before. Like,
So who did they
the viewers always saw who all the traitors were that were picked. That's why Alan said this was the first season he was going to pick one before they even went into the house.
Okay. So who was his secret traitor?
Haven't seen it?
No. You can spoil it for me. We can spoil alert for me.
It's
You can
Mama
spoil it.
Kelsey.
Oh, so they actually got her out.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, if you gonna pick a secret traitor, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the most
Now
innocent looking one. But the problem that I have
that's
with this
dumb.
is like these people obviously like I mean, we're all watching from the outside and we know who practically everybody on the show is. I mean, I didn't know very much about Eric Nam. I just saw he was a singer-songwriter, and so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe he's just younger. I don't know his music yet, which is
Eric
true.
Nam is 37.
Well, he looks like he's 12. But anyway,
I know. He looks like a baby, but he's 37.
him and Christine, I mean, they both look like they could
Oh,
be
the host
teenagers.
for Top Chef? Yeah.
Yes. They both look like they could be teenagers.
And they're
But
both
anyway,
like in their 40s.
yeah, that's crazy. So, how do they not know that Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski are besties? Please tell
I
me you
mean,
know that they are besties.
yes. How would nobody else not know that? They are literally
Exactly.
like, if
Johnny
you watch
Weir
the
said, "We're
Olympics,
gonna go in there and we're gonna not be we're gonna, we're not gonna pretend that we're as close as we are, so that nobody knows that nobody has caught on that him and Tara practically have grown up together. Like,
they literally
no,
grew up together. They do Olympic commentary together. I'm pretty sure it was in her wedding.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
are people stupid?
Nobody knows. Nobody's put it together. I think Mama Kelsey might have because she was the only normal person on the show.
Well, her and Ron Funches are. I love Ron Funches. He's a comedian.
Yeah, I know he's a comedian, but he's not normal. He's a comedian.
He's
I don't think he might know because of the LGBTQ element of Z community.
Let me tell you about Colton Underwood. I genuinely do not like that man. He is genuinely an unlikable person. I'm just gonna say this. Colton, his season of The Bachelor, I genuinely do not like that season. It is just one of those
Well,
seasons that's
obviously,
like,
it was all farce.
Well, we all anybody with a brain when he said he was a virgin and he look a virgin looking like that, I'm like, "You crazy.
Right? Yeah.
You're
He's
nuts."
obviously gay,
Okay?
and that's
Him
okay.
every 3 seconds being like, "Oh, I'm doing this because 'cause I'm gay." It's like, "Girl, shut up. Girl, shut
I
up and sit
I love
down."
how he, like, has this switch, and it's all of a sudden, "Queen," like, no, no, you don't switch into queen, like, normal, 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 queen.
And it's
Like,
just
Johnny doesn't even switch like that. Johnny's just queen
like,
all the time.
Johnny doesn't, Monet isn't, like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
what are we I genuinely don't like him because he's just he's a terrible person, like,
Maybe
he
he's
stalked his
just trying to, like,
ex-girlfriend.
prove that he is in fact gay.
We all knew he was gay. I don't understand what he gotta prove, like, when we all
No,
watched him on that show, I watched him on that show and I was like,
I did.
"You just,
Yeah.
I we could go into
Anyway.
his season on a later date, but, yeah, no, we're gonna continue with the Traders recap, but let's get quickly, Golden Globes, 2 well, 3 people attended that were a surprise. So we had Alandria attend. She attended, she wore custom Christian Siriano, and then, of course, we
Beautiful.
had our heated rivalry boys, Connor Story and Hudson Williams also
They
attend.
both looked amazing
I
too.
They looked so great. I'm so happy for them. Connor Story was actually on the Today Show today, and he said that they're probably going to start pre-production for season 2 really soon, and they're probably gonna shoot it during the summer. So I'm guessing they're probably gonna be on the same schedule as they were last year. So they got picked up at the end of last year, and then Jacob wrote the season, they shot it real quick this summer, and then, of course, they edited it and put it out later on in the year. So it's probably gonna be the same thing, which
It'd be
I'm
nice.
so grateful for because I
Yeah.
cannot wait 20 till 2027.
Oh,
So much stuff. So, Rachel Reed, the author of, um, Heated Rivalry, she is coming out with a 3rd book in the game, not a 3rd book, a 7th book
6. Yeah, I was gonna say 7th because there's 6 already.
in the series, and this is going to be Shane and Ilya married together in Ottawa. So we're gonna see how dominant they become, and of course, I think it's gonna get adapted. And then Francois Arnaud, who plays Scott Hunter, he actually revealed on CBS this morning that the show was actually under a bigger streamer. Jacob was able to, like, pitch it. He got the show, like, got the budget for a bigger streamer. He said that the bigger streamer, though, wanted to remove a bunch of stuff and wanted to change a bunch of stuff, and Jacob was like, we're not doing
Right?
that." So he contacted Crave Canada, and then they were able to move production from the bigger streamer to Crave. Jacob got to really, like, craft the story, craft the narrative, and now we have heated rivalry. Who do you think
We're
the
glad
bigger
he
streamer was? Because I think
shame
I
on
have an
you,
idea.
Netflix. No.
I don't think it was Netflix. I think it was
I don't think it was
one
Netflix.
Hulu. I think it was Hulu.
Oh,
That sounds like a Hulu type of
because 'cause they're too
deal.
Disney. Because 'Cause they're too Disney. They gotta
No,
keep it cute, clean.
no, because if I've watched enough Hulu shows to know that I could
Mm,
tell when they have their hands and stuff. I would say it's either Hulu or maybe Paramount Plus.
mm.
Maybe Paramount. I wouldn't say Amazon Prime. I've watched enough Amazon Prime shows to know that it would have been just as raunchy on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
have been just as crazy on
For sure.
Amazon Prime. It would have been just as crazy on Netflix. But yeah, now
Well,
our Heater Rivalry
I'm
boys.
just yeah, I'm super disappointed that they, they sucked us in. Those first 2 episodes, they really grab you. They like, "You're gonna watch this," because yeah, like, they need to start next season off like that.
I saw a clip on TikTok of this girl. I, like everyone else, have joined the cult. Christy's joined the cult. I've gotten a coworker to join the cult. She got her friend to join the cult. But this girl on TikTok, she was at work and she said her coworker just came up to her and she had a look in her eyes and she just was like, "So what episode are you on?" She's like, "I'm at the cottage." And I'm like, that when I tell you the show is just bringing everybody together and we are all deeply obsessed with it. I'm so happy the show
Oh, yeah.
exists because after the first two episodes, after you see a whole lot of ass, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, Christy, I have something else
It
for you.
is. It reminds me of Schitt's Creek. Okay, hold on 1
I
second.
love
It
Schitt's
reminds me a
Creek.
little bit like Schitt's Creek, and nobody wanted that to end, right? Because it was amazing. It was so well written. What is with these Canadians? They're putting out these great shows,
Man, Schitt's Creek.
and
What's your favorite
that
episode?
was I honestly can't tell you what my favorite episode is because I loved the whole series so much. And Dominic, even like, we started watching it, and every single night he would come home and be like, "Do we have another episode of Schitt's Creek to watch? Do we have another episode of Schitt's Creek to watch?"
My favorite is the Asbestos Fest, where
Oh, I thought you were going to say
where they
folding the cheese.
the folding the cheese is funnier, but the Asbestos Fest, what makes that so funny is the routine. You could tell that it was real serious for them at that Asbestos
Oh, yeah.
Fest. Or the episode where we find out that David used to piss himself when he was younger. And he pisses himself when he's older.
Yeah.
Because he's so nervous about his wedding.
He's so cute. Oh my gosh. Um, and it's funny because before Dominic and I started watching it, my parents, they had watched it, and they told me that I was Alexis Rose.
So you hold your arms like this and you talk
Some
like this
I
and
sometimes do. Like,
and
I'm not as bad as I'm not that bad, but like, yeah, they once I started watching it, I was like, I am not like her. Yeah, I'm so Alexis. Like, okay, whatever.
oh my god, why did I blank on a little bit of Lexus? That is one of the
A little bit
greatest.
Alexis. Oh,
Man, she
mm,
was like
she was amazing in that song.
when she said, "Wait, you didn't even let me get to the rap." I was like, "What?" And then the fact that she started it off for my critically reviewed, man, Schitt's Creek, people don't know. People don't
It's like me.
know. People
Those darn
don't
Canadians put
know.
out those good Canadian shows. All right, so what were you gonna move on to? I'm sorry, I interrupted you with Schitt's Creek.
Let's talk about our current internet obsessions because I got one for you.
Okay,
What
what's
is your
that?
current internet obsession?
Well, you
My
tell me
current one,
first.
I'm watching. Look, okay, there are things that I just am like, I can't cross into that realm because then I'm gonna be in too deep, right? I love K-pop.
Oh,
I consider myself a
okay.
K-pop fan, but I'm a K-pop fan on the outside. Like, I don't buy merch. I'm not like deep invested in these people's lives. And when you become invested a little bit in K-pop and you start learning about the lore and you start listening to the music, one of the other things that comes with it is K-dramas. So K-dramas are Korean dramas, and that's just like
Yeah.
a blanket term, but it really is some hot mess ass TV, right? I am into this K drama called Idol Eye. I don't understand why, but
Oh, okay.
I am
I thought it was gonna be some other show that I almost turned
obsessed.
on.
It's on Netflix. There are 8 episodes, 2 episodes a week, Mondays and Tuesdays. When I tell you, I this it's got me on the edge of my seat. The edge of my, I finished all. I'm caught up. And it's not like these like series are like short. They're not like 6 to 8 episodes. These are long series. I'm on the edge of my seat. This K drama is about this K-pop idol who has like the worst fans in the world. Like, so one of these fans like threw like her bottle at him, was like, "You don't remember me? Why'd you change your phone number?" All this different stuff. Like another fan has tackled him, and like all this stuff has happened to him. And then this lawyer who's his biggest fan, and we find out she's his biggest fan because like he essentially saved her from a dark place when she was really young. They interacted several times when they were younger, but she gets the chance to meet him in person because she's representing him because he's
Mhm.
accused of murder. I'm on the edge of my seat every single week.
Is this real?
I No, it's not a real story that's ever happened in
Oh,
K-pop,
okay. Okay.
but
'Cause I have found that Netflix does a lot of the docuseries, and a lot of them are Korean, and I started watching one the other night. It's a makeup one. I love watching makeup, like, competitions and stuff, like, it's just in fact, The Masked Singer is on right now, it's very loud in the background, and I'm missing it. I freaking love that show, but, I loved watching, like, Face Off and, there was some other makeup shows, but I started watching this Korean makeup contest show. And then there was another one that I almost started watching called My My South Korean Boyfriend, but it's actually Brazilian.
okay, okay, we can talk about that because
Why are we watching this stuff?
I've seen that, and the way
I
that
haven't watched
everybody
it.
has talked about that show,
I
with the
haven't
way
watched it yet.
that everybody, oh my god, I haven't watched it yet either. So we can watch,
Okay,
we
we
can
should
go
watch
through it
it.
together. But this show is a fictional show. So ironically enough, the female lead, she used to be like one of the biggest K-pop idols in the business. Like her group, Girls' Generation, was one of the biggest like girl groups of all time. Like they've won the most awards out of anybody. But
Like, for
I'm
real?
on the for real, for real. Like
Oh,
out of
okay.
all of like the female K-pop groups, they won the
Right, but
most awards. Like,
she's an actress in this show now.
yeah, she's an actress
Okay.
in the show. So she's playing a fan and she's playing the lawyer, and then the guy
Mhm.
who is her love interest slash main character, he was a model and he turned into an actor and everything. I am on the edge of my seat. I don't know who the murderer is. I don't know what's happening, and I cannot stop watching this. Like I am obsessed with this show.
Why are we obsessed with South Korean dramas
I
and
I
stuff?
don't know. I don't know, man. What's your current internet obsession?
Well, obvious I just told you, like, I don't know what it is. I was flipping through, and all of a sudden on Netflix, there's these South Korean shows, and I'm like, "Well, nothing else is on right now." But also, I have been watching, um, Contraband. It's about people trying to sneak stuff in and out of the US, and it's
Yeah.
like airport security and stuff. Yeah, that's been super interesting because, of course, most of it's like people trying to bring handbags over, but then, of course, they go into the mailing overseas aspect and, like, they're inspecting all the mail that's going overseas and stuff from like Hawaii to Australia, and they're finding crystal meth everywhere. It's pretty cool.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Turn the subtitles on. It seems
Yeah.
corny. Like I like there are times when I could tell that I'm like, oh, this is where the people like get frustrated with K dramas at because it's like it has its corny elements. Like the music is very corny, but I'm on the edge of my seat every week now because I'm like, who killed this man?
I'll wait for a
Who
couple
did
more
it?
weeks to go by.
Who did this, man? And when I say and it's not even like they're like 30, they're like hour-long episodes. Like
Yeah.
they go literally from the moment they start to the moment they end. It's just that I'm like, why can't we do this in America? Like, what is the problem? Like, there's no ad breaks. Like, oh, it's just
Wow.
beautiful. Like the story is just going along. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. But Christy, I want to do one more thing before we
Okay.
get out of here. Before
Yeah.
we go. I am determined to make you hip. Okay.
I'm not hip.
We got and we got our first Gen Z word slash phrase of the day.
All right.
Remember, I told you I was going to teach you after you
Yes.
asked me what cheeks was because our connection sounded like cheeks, and you said, "What is that?"
Ass. Just like
Cheeks is
buns.
just
Buns,
right.
cheeks, ass. It's all the same. Yeah, got it.
So,
Not
Christy, all
bums.
right. So first, is there a phrase that you've heard that you want the explanation to, or do you want me to give you a word or phrase that to explain?
Give me a word and a phrase because I don't get out in public very often. And when I do, it's usually around people my own age.
Okay. So, when somebody online or somebody in person is like, "Ooh, girl, you ate that." What does that mean?
Obviously, we weren't talking about me eating my dinner before we came on. So, but yeah, I ate that. Um, does it mean that I make something look good?
Yes, it
Ah,
does.
yeah.
Yes, but
Uh-oh.
we're gonna add a little bit of a layer to it. So it'd be like, "Ooh,
Okay.
girl, you ate that. Ooh, look at them crumbs." But you got a little crumbs. What do you think the crumbs mean?
Something's out of place.
No.
Oh, okay.
So when you saying you ate that and then be like, "Ooh, no crumbs," that means that you gave it all. It means that you
Oh,
did
okay.
that, right? But when it says, "Ooh, crumbs," that means you didn't do it that much. That means just like, "Ooh, it's a little bit left, a little bit left."
Okay. Okay.
Like you didn't eat that all the way, but
Gotcha.
you. So if somebody says to you, if somebody your daughter's age says to be like, "Ooh, Miss Christie, you ate that girl. You left no crumbs." In your mind, what you gonna think?
Thanks, dog. I
Exactly.
look damn
Exactly.
good.
Exactly. So again,
All
"Ooh,
right.
you ate that, you left no crumbs," but if somebody say, "Ooh, you ate that, but you left the little crumbs," what we gonna say?
What you got a problem with, man?
Ex exactly. Exactly.
Yay,
See?
I'm cool.
Yep, every week, we're gonna
Oh,
expand this vocabulary. We're gonna
awesome.
expand the vocabulary.
I like it.
Christy, we have reached a plateau.
Yeah, we've been on for a
We're
long
at the
time.
end of our yeah, we have been so long. So long, so long. But it's a great show. We had no technical difficulties this week.
Hallelujah.
That is a win for
Woo!
us. That is a
Yes,
win for
ma'am.
us. Well, guys, yeah, it's coming to the end of the show. Again, if you are watching this, first of all, you shouldn't be watching this and driving. But if you are watching
No.
this, please follow us on Inside Edge Network on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Follow us, the Jersey Chasers, at Jersey Chasers Pod on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us literally wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on
iHeart
iHeart. We're
Radio.
on Amazon Music. Like we're literally on all of them.
Twitch.
Like coming soon, possibly. Also,
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad.
Christy, I have an announcement to make. We have a Patreon, guys. We have a
Yay!
Patreon. So we're gonna do special episodes. They might be on the Patreon. If we do a watch along, they might be on the Patreon. You never know. You can get some early access to stuff. We got some stuff coming up for this year. I'm so excited. I'm so
Reed
excited. But yeah,
wants
we
to
got a
know.
Patreon.
Reed Dion unfortunately missed our show, but we want to let you know that we usually start Wednesday nights. Stop in the button when I do. We usually start Wednesday nights at 7:30. So that's when you can find us. And
Yes,
hopefully, I think you've pretty much heard everywhere that we are. We're all over the place.
we
But we're
literally
live
are
Wednesday nights.
everywhere. Yeah, live Wednesday
Yeah.
nights on YouTube at Jersey Chasers. Don't look up at Jersey Chasers Pod on YouTube. Just look up at Jersey Chasers. At Jersey Chasers Pod, though, on Instagram and TikTok. But we're again, we love you guys. We love you guys for listening.
But
Thank you for allowing us to do this every single week. But again, follow us, follow Inside Edge Network. We love you. We gotta get out of here. Peace.
hasta la pasta. See you next week.